So Lorne Hill, the conquering lion. You know, last week we wasn't here because of the election business. Now we are back. And without further ado, we're going to go in at the meat of the matter, you know, serious thing. Part of the program will be of interest to most musicians and artists. Because we went to England and we've been talking to different people. And in France also we've been talking to different people about some things that maybe you have heard about before, maybe you have not heard about before, but we're going to bring it to your attention tonight on the cutting edge, and I think we're going to have to do a part 2 next week too. But you know that there is a collecting agency in Jamaica named JPAS, and this is an agency that is supposed to be looking about the welfare of the artists in terms of collecting their rights, the money for their rights. And it is represented here by Mr. Laing. We want to talk about some things to Mr. Laing here before we read out what is the things we have. Plus, we have a CD here, and the CD is 4 CD. 4 is a box set of CD put out by Trojan. It's Trojan and Virgin, one of them. All right, we're going to find out a little more. But what happened is that there is a lawsuit against this agent, this record company, because they put out the CD without the consent of the artist. As a matter of fact, they were the tunes on the CD was licensed to the record company. Now the record company is feeling that they didn't know that they didn't get the person who licensed it to them. They didn't know that the person didn't get approval from the artists and the producers. So they are trying to settle something out of court. But I know that a lot of musicians and artists on the CD don't know that they are on the CD, because when I was presented with the CD, I was running down the bridge and I said, well, I'm going to piece them on the CD, and I keep looking for the CD, and then I see one of my children on the CD too. So I'm going to call all of the man them who are on the CD too, you know. Yes, but before that we're going to go in at the meet of the matter. We're talking to Laing.
Good evening, Muta.
All right, wait.
Hello?
I'm going to call Shane. Shane coming at it. Okay. Yeah, as I said before, we want Shane. Shane. Yes. We're going to talk to Laing, but first, I could tell you about some of the artists them way. As a matter of fact, if you need to call me, you can call me too, but not on the radio. I can give you a phone number for call. 9294651. If you call that number, we can develop it from there, because it's a serious thing, because this record company, as I say, did release the CD without the consent of a whole heap of the artists them. And we'll go to England, we'll find out, say, it's enough lawsuit here and left, right and center are going to take place. But I think the record company has agreed to settle with the artists them for a certain set of money. I'm looking for the papers here. Why? It's Trojan. Yes, Trojan released the CD. Trojan released the CD. The CD is called Absolute Reggae. Absolute Reggae. It's a 4-box. It has 4 CD box set named Absolute Reggae. And information come to me say that CD has sold in Sweden several 100,000. I don't know how true it is, but the man swear by it. The man who give me the information swear by it. Say they are Sweden for lag. And he knows that the CD gone over 300,000 in a Sweden. I don't know how true it is, but consider the amount of reggae artists on it. I mean, from contemporary to old artists. But as I say, we have Laing for the line. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I can hardly hear you, Muta.
You can hardly hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yes, it's getting better.
Yeah, I don't want to take you out of your sleep, you know, but...
No, I'm always sleep me down the lane, and the Hamas is united.
Alright, so because this is very important that this thing come out here, so now.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, so we can tell you which point I come from now.
Come in.
We have been always hearing you talking about JPAS and the agency that is now representing artists instead of the British one, you know, the English one that was here. Now this is supposed to be a local one. It's like the Privy Council and the government, you know, try to get a Caribbean court of justice. But when we check it out, we go to England, we've been talking, we've been hearing things, we've been hearing from France, you know, we're hearing that there is a French version of JPAS. We hear that it is not very legal, but it is there to help the Jamaican artists. We also hear that, and we want to quote it properly here, that there is $240 million. Let us find the paper then.
Not hearing you. Not hearing you.
No, I'm not talking. I look for the paper then, Brendan. I look for the paper then. All right, I have the paper in my hand now. Compulsory remuneration for artists and producers in France. And this is just dealing with France alone.
Amen.
Yeah. Radio, TV, disco pay, and equitable remuneration. SPRE collects the equitable remuneration, $45 million in 2002. ADIMA, ADAMI, featured artists.
Refer to it as Adami.
Adami,
Yeah.
all right, Adami, and Speedam.
Speedy Dam. Yeah.
Non-featured artists. That is for artists. And then importers and manufacturers of tapes and DVD pay a blank cassette levy.
Yeah.
And this is SORECOP, SORCOP. Collects the blank cassette levy at $250 million in 2002. And SCPP majors, SPPF independent. And this is for producers. How Jamaica connect with this?
All right, let us start from scratch. Performers' rights is a relatively new arena on this side of the hemisphere. You have copyright, because earlier on, I need to get it clear, JCAP, the Jamaica Association of Composers, Authors and Publishers, that is like ASCAP and PRS, that deal with composers, authors, publishers. We have 4 societies in Jamaica. We're talking about JPAS, the Jamaica Performers Administration Society. This society relates to performers and their performance. Because under the 1993 Jamaica Copyright Act, performers are now entitled to royalties after them performance. So the performer's right is different from the performing right. Performing right is a copyright. Performer's right is a related right or a neighboring right. Okay?
Yes.
Good. So Jamaica did not have a related right society. And over the last 40 years, Europe has collected $600 million off of Jamaican performances. This is part of a sum that is owed to this part of the Western Hemisphere, including the US and Canada, etc., by Europe, of $6 billion of which Jamaican music is 10%. Okay. Now, for Jamaica to collect this money, Jamaica has to have a society that relates to performers. A related right society, because copyright societies don't relate to related right society.
Yes.
Synchronization societies don't relate to performer society. Performer society don't relate to pay to producer society. You get me?
Okay.
Okay. So, under advice of the WIPO consultant, Bruce Layman, we proceeded with establishing a Jamaica Performers Administration. The one in London, PAMRA was established about 5 years ago. The U.S. just established PASA, Performing Artists Society of America, in and around the same time when we set up JPAS, because performers' rights societies don't exist in this part of the hemisphere, or this part of the world. This is a European thing, where the whole thing of copyright and rights collection started. Anyway, okay, throughout Europe and a lot of other places in the world, because you know, anywhere the material is used, whether video or recording or tape or adaptation or version or rendition, money is owed because of use. That we accept. Eh?
Yes, yes.
We were not focusing on performers' rights, because remember, we just get on top of copyright. Eh?
Yes.
We just get into mechanical rights. Performers' right was a hidden right to us. We are in that arena now because the government has passed the necessary legislation, and the previous administration, which this one must follow up on, they have passed the necessary legislation and have signed the necessary convention, to the extent that Jamaica signed the Internet Treaty, which is the WIPO Internet Treaty, where you can collect half of the net now. Jamaica signed that last March and is about now to amend the legislation to really put it into effect. So we are up to date as far as signing conventions and international recognition is concerned. Our people are not aware.
Okay.
Now, in order to collect the performers' right money, like every other collection society, you need membership, because you can't collect if you don't have members to collect for. You read me?
Yeah.
This is the basic principle. My old man have tens of thousands of tracks in play upon, and the family has just authorized me to act now for Denzel and that money.
Yeah.
I can go on a private mission to sort out the money because after all I'm familiar with the thing and I have some image of the international intellectual property world.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm going to go national and carry the rest of my old man companion and even colleagues of me and people like you and Big You to walk the road and so and the rest of it because we have performers' money to collect.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I am one of the few Jamaicans that has some background into setting up and administering collection societies. Very few. Because, as you know, I got training through WIPO in Switzerland and I went to Finland for hands-on training.
Right.
I was one of the founders and the first administrator for JCAP, and I which is a copyright collection society. I stepped down from JCAP and I set up JPAS because, as I told you earlier, I have family rights money to collect. Right?
All right.
That is
All right. Pick up your now. JCAP. What is the present position of JCAP?
With JCAP?
Yes.
JCAP exists like the you have four societies as I told you, because let's get that out of the way. You have JCAP for composers, artists, publishers. That is affiliated to CISA, the International Confederation of Collection Societies. So JCAP is now ready to distribute.
So JCAP is like BMI?
Repeat that?
JCAP is like BMI?
JCAP is like BMI, it's like ASCAP, it's like FLISA, it's like Boomer Sterner, it's like Boysita Sassem.
So how much Jamaican artists join JCAP?
I can't give the exact figure now, I'm in a JCAP now.
Oh.
But PRS had advised its members, you got directive to join them national society.
Yeah.
You got an advisor on that.
Yeah, all right.
Because the principle is, if you don't join your national society, you cannot get national benefits from the society that you join. They accept you as membership because if you have works that are in rotation that is earning money, they will make you join. But you cannot get national benefits if you are not a national. That's why TRS was glad to help us establish JCAP to get rid of the 20-25 pound duel that used to go on.
All right, so this organization now, that is a performing rights organization. Performers' rights organization.
JPAS is performers.
All right. How much artists, performers, is a member of this organization?
The count is based on those of us who set it up, and it's a very small numbers because somehow it has not caught on fully here.
Okay.
Numbers small.
All right.
Because the thing is, there is a bit of confusion. Let us just go here since we go with this. The British Society Performing Media Artists Rights Association, PAMRA in England, collects only from media rights. It doesn't collect from radio, television, etc. It does not collect from nightclub, hotels, bars, disco, sound system, and every other user of the work.
Yes.
So you are obliged to join JPAS as well as PAMRA because JPAS covers a much wider area because, in all fairness, we are on the only territory our size that has material that is played in every striking capital of this world. We have money to collect for rotation. Nobody can deny that.
All right. Make I read something to you.
Come in.
That we was talking to Andre Bertrand.
Yeah.
This is a French lawyer. I was talking to him and he sent me this, and it says, money due and payable in France by the Adami to the Jamaican artists. You have asked me more information about the legal actions I have engaged in France on behalf of several Jamaican artists against the Adami. Is that Adami you pronounce it?
Yes, Adami.
Adami. For the payment of money due and payable to them under the law. Everyone have heard about the ASCAP, BMI, PRS, MCPS, SACEM, NDRM, etc., which are various collecting societies that collect and redistribute public performance and mechanical rigits to the authors and composers of songs played on radio, TV, and recorded on various media. However, which is that you were saying now, only a few people are aware that in most European countries And especially in France, the law also recognizes similar rights to the benefit of performing artists.
Amen.
The French law of July 3rd, 1985, has created 2 legal compulsory license, which results in 2 royalties to the benefit of performing artists.
Amen.
An equitable remuneration for public performance paid by the raiders, disco, etc. A blank cassette levy due and payable by the manufacturers and importers of blank audio or video tapes are recorded.
I'm proposing that for here too.
All right. So now you are saying now that this organization that you are with now is comparable to what this man is talking about. That is supposed to or is going to or must be able to collect for the performer in
from from Adami and from the rest of the society, Javex and Gamex and all of them throughout Europe.
Yes. All right.
It is a society that is structured like Adami and Speedy Dam.
All right.
It is a performer society which is endorsed by the World Intellectual Property Organization and the various ministries of this government of this country now.
So how far you reach with this thing now? Because there's a lot of artists on the road now that feel that the Jamaican, which is JPAS, is not doing the work that is set out to do. So they are now they are going direct to the arts now in France, because France has the biggest sharehold of this money.
The biggest pool of money.
Yeah, so they are going now direct to this arts now to draw out the money by going to this lawyer, Andre now.
But listen now. Listen to this now. Everyone is free, like I mentioned earlier. I could have gone on my own. We were dealing with Andre before anybody else because Andre was recommended to us and sort of jump off. I can't go into the full details of that. But he went to establish JPAS France. You hear me?
Oh, yes.
JPAS France was established by us.
Okay.
So JPAS Jamaica.
Yes.
JPAS France.
Yes.
All right. There is a major international issue with that, but I can't mention. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because that has to be settled out. So now we made a claim on Speedy Dam and Adami, and we notified the intellectual property community throughout the world of JPAS's existence and our intention to claim Jamaica's performers' money. As a result of that, you have the other societies who are writing us and begging us money because them aware of the fact that Jamaica has so much money to collect.
Yes.
Everybody figure now that we are collecting.
Yes.
Because the recent conference in South Africa, which was last week, there was an issue again about Jamaica's collection because you must remember, the fella that was acting for us, which is Bertrand, did a whole lot of research and made us aware.
Yes.
But Bertrand is a French attorney.
All right, hold on, stick up in with that, stick up in. This is the Cutting Edge and RFM coming through. Yes, we're talking to Tony Laing of JPAS, and we're just trying to bring out to artists and musicians out there, because we know a lot of them listen to this program, what is really taking place in terms of what them can get, what is there for them, and what they're not collecting, and the agency that is here is supposed to collect it. And there's a next agency now that we're hearing about now, and Tony was telling us that this brethren, Andre, he created a JPAS in France. That is what you're saying, Tony?
Yeah, JPAS, France.
Yes, and you were saying now that...
Well, we have since told Bertrand that we're going to move through the diplomatic route, as in government to government, country to country, instead of the litigious route, as in going into court to fight them, because then remember, it's members' money.
Okay, all right.
It's members' money. But the point I need to clarify now, you're talking about the average artist on the street saying that we're not doing enough. Who petitioned the government for the government to sign the internet treaties, for the government to sign the WIPO conventions, which bring us up to date with the rest of the world, save for the piece of amendment to the 1993 amended 98 Jamaica Copyright Act? Who has been running up mouth about this awareness and making the country and the same artists know about the 40 years, $600 million that is owed to us and more, and have them understand that performers' right is also a right for us to collect off of.
Well, it's only Tony Laing I hear talk about it. It's only Tony Laing I hear talk about it. It's only Tony Laing I hear talk about that.
But then the whole truth about the matter is the talent themselves, the people who stand to lose most, who we are sending out a second batch of letters to, don't understand. They still confuse it with copyright. Some people think that it is competing with JPAS, and you cannot have more than one society in any territory dealing with any single right. Of course, America big and bad, so them have ASCAP and them have BMI, because BMI is broadcast music. You know that the radio station, them come together to fight off ASCAP, and them dig out a share of the money. We're not big enough to do that.
But BMI extend themselves now. I mean, I will get some letters from there where them extend themselves now even into where this thing I talk about here.
Well, Perform America has, as usual, multiplicity of things. BMI is experimenting with the whole thing of fusing with a perform, just like the alliance with PRS and CPS. Everything is forming union now, which is we and PASA, Performing Arts Society of America, and the French claim, because it is really a Western Hemisphere claim, of which we have a 10% issue in there. So JPAS is who has gotten the research done. JPAS is whose platform Andre Bertram did stand up and deal with Speedy Dam and Adami, to the extent that in think we, let me not say what I must say, and establish a JPAS France.
Alright, so Mr. Because I'm going to read the next, you see me I come down the line with some things when send me, right?
Come into it.
Alright.
Just bear in mind that Bertrand would love to act as an individual attorney.
Imperial said that in the letter here.
Yes, it's business.
But the thing with it now that, alright, is that informal meeting we was having in England the other day with very important producers from Jamaica. You might even know Zuto. Right? And they have now allowed Andrea to represent them because they feel that, I'm not going to tell you what the feeling is by reading this. All right. In the autumn of 2001, Andrea is saying, which is Andrea, I created a PASA France organized under French law. The French state had immediately seized the district court in order to oppose to the creation of PASA France. The case is also still pending before the district court of Paris. In the meantime, Bruce Lehman, who has left government and now heads a non-profit organization called the International Intellectual Property Institute,
IIPI,
right? In Washington, whose goal is to help third world countries to maximize their IP rights, has approached the Jamaica government in order to make them aware of the large amount of money due and payable in Europe to Jamaican artists. This led in November 2001 to the creation of an artist collecting society in Jamaica called JPAS. This society, endorsed by Burchell Whiteman, Minister of Education and Culture, is directed by Mr. Tony Laing. Immediately, I approached the Adami to ask for the money due to all Jamaican artists on behalf of JPAS. The Adami refused to pay, and 1 month later, I incorporated in France the JPAS Limited France as a collecting society organized according to the laws of France in order to represent all Jamaican artists in France.
But it was without any authorization.
Yeah, well, we
didn't sign a document, you know.
All right, listen to this now. Good. The French state seized the district court of Paris to oppose to the creation of JPAS France. The matter should have been argued on June 18, 2002. But in March 2002, I was ordered by Tony Laing, director of JPAS, to stop the procedure against the French state due to the fact that, and in quote, the Jamaican government did not want to jeopardize its good relation with France, unquote. All right, now, make we go through that. Even saying that him approach, well, it is in court about the illegality of JPAS in France. And him saying now that him approach Tony Laing, director of JPAS, to stop the procedure against the French state. No, you saying that because there was no signing up with them, it is null and void.
We had no member of JPAS, Jamaica, as in limited, signed that document. He jumped off on his own.
All right, so Mr. Laing, let me ask you a question.
I mean,
it wouldn't be nice to have a branch of JPAS in a France, knowing that the Andrea or whosoever would represent JPAS in a France, would have know more and be closer to the legalities of what is taking place in France, in order to make it easier for you represent the artists them from Jamaica, knowing that you have a connection in France.
You know that the French government has, I shouldn't have brought this out, but I must clarify points. The French government has sued us in Jamaica because our name was presented in France. Right now there's a lawsuit with the French government that the French embassy is bringing in a French lawyer for us to sort out, you know.
Yeah.
In the international arena, it is considered fraudulent. But we're going at it since it's at its reach.
Yeah, man,
because you present an organization to a government on behalf of nationals of another government that did not authorize your Muta. We're in the international arena now.
All right, so what I mean when I say, in order to deal with certain things, and then it is said that it import you saying that the Jamaican government did not want to jeopardize its good relationship with France. What do you mean by that?
I refer to going through the diplomatic route, since it involves, it's not just a collection of societies and us now, you know. It is the government of France that, in its defense of not paying the money, has sued us, JPAS Jamaica, because Bertrand presented our name in a JPAS France, that we have written documents to him and to the ministry and to the Ministry of Culture over there, showing where we did not authorize it. This is why I tell him to stop.
So you have a suit, you let out a suit against him.
But you don't understand me. This is why I tell you now that the French embassy, we had meetings scheduled last week, because since it is Culture Ministry, this is how them related. Minister Whiteman is the Minister of Culture, so it is he who relates to Madame Tasker, as in the Minister of Culture over there. Because we are sued, we were invited to come to the French embassy for documentation, you know, only to realize there's a suit. Two of our members went and picked up their summons.
Yeah.
And we have not been responsible for the establishment of JPAS France. Because Andre jumped off on his own.
But Andre now is saying that he is collecting for the Jamaican artists through Adami. Or that is possible now?
As I said before, and I repeat, if I chose to, I can make representation to Speedy Dam, to Adami, credentialing, both feature and non-feature performances.
Yeah, well, that is what I'm saying. So I'm saying, thus in the past weeks, I have decided to attack the Adami on behalf of individual Jamaican artists.
Yes, because
I have already obtained power of attorney from artists such as Jimmy Cliff, Max Romeo, Winston McNabb, Cedric Myton, Lone Ranger, Rod Taylor, Dave and Nancy Collins, Knowledge, Derek Morgan, Dennis Al Capone, etc., etc. Him say him have 90 Jamaican artists and will present claims on their behalf in the next days. All the other artists, where you can contact him and things, but this is where I say now that him have artists there now, 90 artists that he is filing claims for through Adama. How is that? Is that something that can work?
He is making claims on behalf of the talent like an agent.
Yes.
He will collect 20, 30, 40 individual percentage.
You say 15.
What, yes, but he will have 40, 15 around there. 15. Yeah. It is about collecting money. Is money, Muta?
Yeah, I know, but how that affects? No, what may I say? You see, because this now seems that, you see, the more, all right, this is your organization is a Jamaican organization.
Yes, sir.
This man is nearer to the money than JPAS here. I am saying now that since so much artists, he mentioned Jimmy Cliff, Cedric Mine and all these man, who's going directly to him to make representation on behalf of him now. I asked Tony Laing, is it possible that there can be alliance formed with this agent, this lawyer in France and the Jamaica to speed up the process, knowing that you have a more hands-on relationship with the artist here, and him have a more hands-on relationship with the laws of France? If there couldn't be something worked out between JPAS and him to go straight to Adima, you saying, but I mean government to government, but him seem to be doing something they know where bypassing the government and look like it draw the artists them to him. Because you know, a whole heap of artists don't even trust the government to deal with the music thing. So it would appear to me that a lot of these artists feel like say they have a better chance to collect straight through this Adama than go through JPAS, who is now saying they might deal with a government to government thing.
One step, excellent question. I can answer a few things. First of all, collection societies are bound by WIPO conventions to deal with each other in a reciprocal manner. What we're talking about now with Speedy Dam and Adami and France is the issue of the back money, you know.
Yes.
How much money is acknowledged, how much money is gonna be paid. The principle of JPAS being accepted by Speedy Dam, Adami, Damax and all of them is already based on the acknowledgement of the World Intellectual Property Organization, which has sanctioned JPAS. So it is a matter of formalizing the reciprocal arrangement, as you understand how this thing works. So it doesn't require a specific lawyer or agent working for you once you complete the reciprocal arrangements. This issue is about the back money, almost the same thing that I did with the electronic media group for JCAP. There was a back money, and we negotiated the back money so people come on board. Right now, I have already advised Minister Whiteman that we're prepared to do like ABBA, take 3 tractors per parish, take whatever we can get, because we're not going to get the $600 million in back money, because every 5 years they donate what they call the undistributable to their national organizations for development. So while the claim is real, it is about back money, because WIPO is going to do a workshop in Jamaica in the later part of this year on the whole thing of Performers' Right Collection Society, because it's new in this part of the hemisphere. So you won't need a lawyer. It will operate on a reciprocal thing, similar to how JCAP relates to ASCAP, relates to PRS,
Tony,
it is based on established principles.
Tony, look at 10% at 250 million at 25 million. Also, 25 million in those 2002 alone. 2002 not done yet, you know. But we have 25 million out there one day. Oh, JPAS going to get 25 million to Jamaica to give the artists then this year. Because it's 25 million out there.
The figures, the money is established, you know, from 2002. We serve notice that there is a society in Jamaica.
So 05
wait, let me tell you where we're there. We cannot go out there, Muta, to be balling for people money, and we don't have a mandate from the people who the money is. We don't have the membership, people don't sign up. I could never collect a money for Muta. Muta not authorized JPAS to do that. You know, must have a mandate as a national society. They wouldn't pay me for you, and me can't show them, say you authorized me to collect.
You see, me I try to put my finger upon it, because...
No, but you're right.
Because what I say is that, alright, Jimmy Cliff, Max Romeo, Winston McNabb, Cedric Myton, we have Dave and Ansel Collins, Knowledge, Derek Morgan, Dennis Al Capone. You have 9 Observer producer, Striker Lee. All of these man is going directly to France.
So you think that Bertrand, who wanted to act as an agent, who used all the work that has been done in the deal, can remember, he's a collection society, you know? He's an attorney that used the Jamaican situation and established himself, get into the catalog. And remember, most Jamaicans don't know about JPAS. Most Jamaicans don't know him introducing to them so that them have money.
Yeah,
so which is a fact. So you're going along because man is showing you a new area of money.
Yeah, well, that me I say now, Tony.
Yeah.
What can be done? What can JPAS done? Or what can even Cutting Edge do to get? You see, because as I said before, there's a perception out there by a whole heap of artists, you know, that by the local thing now go collect their money.
But you
and
know that
go to government, and government are going to take away the money.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Governments cannot set up collection societies.
No, I never said government. No, but
you remember now, when you're dealing, you remember now, the government came into it, you know, when they called them French Ministry of Culture sued us, the Jamaican member of JPAS. That's where the government come in.
Yeah.
It's not we and Speedy Dam. We have made overtures to every single performers' rights group and societies and organizations in the world for reciprocal arrangements.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching what's turning out because France is the moment, and everybody in the world who is aware of this know that the money is there. So Bertrand is a businessman, he's a lawyer, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
In the collection society, sue him, go after sue.
But, all right.
The reciprocal arrangements between collection societies is really what makes for the smooth running.
All right, at what point you feel that, when you say you don't have the mandate.
We need mandate.
You need the mandate.
We need mandate.
And so as far as...
remember, a collection society is made up of members.
Members, yes.
So if I cannot say that
this man
is reading your list.
90 people, yeah.
Is suing going to sue for that?
Yeah.
I'm not a collection society.
Yeah.
JPAS must be able to do the same thing to the rest of the world. Well, tried a French lawyer who has agitated them for decades. Him and the government and the societies up there have a problem.
So what is JPAS going to do now to draw in these artists that make them more aware? I mean, I have heard you on many occasions, but not many artists go to occasions, as you know.
Amen.
When you put things for artists not go. What can JPAS do to draw in a mandate from these artists so as to go there now to go collect this 25 million before the government of France put
no, man, it's every 5 years before they use a fancy word. It escheats to their development fund.
Yeah. So,
but we have served notice from 2000, you know.
Yeah. So
any money from
2000. We have 2 years gone out right now.
But this is what I'm explaining to you know. We have served notice.
Yeah.
You remember you're coming from a situation where nothing existed and they have been collecting the money.
Yeah.
Now you are making a move at people who owe you $600 million and will use everything from guile to strength and generalship to get out of paying it.
Yeah. But in the meantime, you don't have the mandate for collecting from...
No, I can't.
I have
the battle axe.
I have 3 more years. Yeah, but you have 3 more years. Why end up the 5 years? That money going gone now and the artists now collect it.
No. It is not going to be, you need to understand the principle. It is not going to be lost like before. We never did have a society before.
Oh, so when
and Speedy Dam cannot, they can't refuse to accept us on a reciprocal arrangement. And them sign the convention and then set it up. All right, people think that we just are doing it.
So the money is like an escrow thing?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we are asking the question now, what is JPAS' intention to bring on more artists on the boat?
Use as many mediums as possible and as many aware people that them trust to have them understand that it is to their benefit. That's basically what it is. It's education.
Yes.
We don't know. I spent 30 odd years with copyright. You read me? You know that?
Yes.
Right now it's performers' right because I have money to collect out of performers' right. Based on my papa and my legacy for the rest of my brother and family. Nothing wrong with that. And instead I go alone because I could have gone with Andrea alone. I said no, spread it out because the money is there and other people. And the best way is a collection society. You have less expenses. You have less expenses. Lawsuit in France, you have to pay for. So I'm going to wind up. Listen to me, it's war. Ain't gonna wind up with the bulk of the people money. It go for litigation.
But is that the price? Is that what me are saying?
Okay, so the collection society. Oh God, you make a drop. Hold on. The collection society must be the way to go. Because this is what the world white world set up.
Yeah.
And this is what is working. It's just that we for broke in there. But we can't broke in there till the people who it affect most understand.
Yes. So we need more education.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So we can get people.
I am agreeing, and I am seeing that I am telling the artists them out there now on this media that just like our mother joined BMI ASCAP, this is at different levels now. This is performing now.
Performers.
Yeah, like when we go to Europe, before we perform, them give a paper.
Well, no, that's a go on in our studio.
Yeah, and write all the way. We never perform for it. And then when we come back to Jamaica 2 months after, we see money come to.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. When I ask you, you know, not me ask, but me appeal to the artists them to understand what it means if we make a French man who is not a part of any collecting agency decide now to go and carry back code when you have a legitimate JPAS here that can collect this money and distribute it to the artist without going through court business. You know, it is very important that we understand that.
Thank you, my brother.
It's very important that we understand that. All right. I call us if we ask you, how much, when you say not unite again, no? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we can ask you.
I have a call, Stevie Golden.
Yeah. How much artists have collected from that?
I know people have collected, but I tell you, I don't know figures. Because you must remember, before people start bitching, it is PRS that JCAP was paying to do distribution.
Yes.
JCAP come online now to do distribution because the World Intellectual Property Organization set up a software and provide hardware and computer and automation for regional collection societies, because we have established a regional society called Caribbean Copyright Link, which will do the back office work. You know, the calculation and computation and recordation, so that the regional societies can do distribution. People don't have a clue as to how much work go on, Muta.
Yeah, we know that.
They don't understand that. That's when you left here and you go a place like Finland, you know, I have a reputation in Finland because I go to training and the money with them give me can't feed me. And I don't have to tell you, say, anybody got to know will tell you that them said the money improved through Tony Laing.
All right, Tony Laing. That is why we're
People don't know what happened.
That is why we're going to continue this program next week.
I'm with you.
What we're going to bring, we're going to try and get gold in. And we're going to try and get an artist or a producer who Andre is represented. I will be better thing try to get Andre.
Well, remember, him only get the agreement to represent him. Him still have to go to court.
Yeah,
I don't want to be unfair because I'm an IT person. Remember, you have 2 other collection societies in Jamaica, you know? Indigenous societies.
Yeah, we know. But when
Jam copy for authors, photocopy for authors in the print media, and you have one named Jamras, the producers. 4 societies there.
Right. We want to continue the program. We want to continue this topic next week.
Okay.
Because I feel it reach a level now. Because when we say them billions of dollars they start buzz around the place, I mean, they subsidize for me. They have to figure it out.
But you see, as I said before, we weren't conscious of this area, and them not paying to government, them have to pay to collection society.
Well, we now come out fight until we collect some money.
Me, my friend, you hear me say? Me move into the slack of me and me blood relations money.
Yeah, all right.
So never get on this one.
Give thanks for the next week of call, you get it up.
Call, you know?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Give thanks. This is the cutting edge, and I said, through the leg. They are with cutting edge, yes, we're just trying to sieve through certain things. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, you don't see it. Millions. It's not billion. And this is just one country in Europe, France. One country in Europe. So you cannot imagine when we start. Right cross, cassette, Africa, everything. So in Europe alone, there is not million now, billions of Jamaican dollars waiting, you know. Because we just read that show in the paper just a while ago. In just this year alone, you know. See that? Just this year alone, you know. This is 250 million. All right, that's 10% of that. It's 25 million to go to Jamaica. Right? This is a producer. 10% of this is 4.5. 45 million. Yeah, so 10% of that is 4.5 million US to artists alone. You understand? So, it's a serious thing. They don't take it lightly.
They look nothing.
yeah, true. The producer get no money. The producer, I say good, the producer won't show too. But we're going to come to it too. But This is Sir John Holt. We did talk about this French lawyer where Tony Laing say him would have to carry this thing to court. But if you go through JPAS, you don't have to go through no court because it's a legitimate agency where if them have the consensus of the artist, they might just collect the money and then just distribute it to the artist. This Andre have to go through court out because it's not a collecting agency. But this what we're going to tell you about now is something where if you want to contact Andre about it, because him is now, him have observer, which is 90, and Striker Lee, working out some vibes here now to collect this money from Trojan about this CD and what we're going to tell you about now, because this CD was released and it was licensed to Trojan, and what happened now is that a couple of producers seen this CD, went to Trojan and decided to go ahead and go so. Well, Trojan ball out with them liars and them ball out and said, well, right now, them know them thing they go, but they had thought that the man who licensed CD to them did have the consensus of the artists and the producers who did on the CD. Obviously them did because I never even know about it until a man bring the CD, come show me. So, I got to tell all of these artists, if they want to collect some money, because the money don't set, if you want a bigger money, you have to go work it out to the liar. But the liar tell me personally, say 15% him want of where I will get for each person. So you know, say, he might end up with a portion because it's 4 CD, that is clear. Alright, so who we have for the CD now? We have a serious thing, you know. We have Prince Farai dead. We have Rai Reid. We have Twinkle Brothers, Muta Baruka, Uri, Jimmy Cliff, the Wheelers, the Scatterlights, Toots and the Metals, the Headtones. I should have called out the tune with them have on it too, you know, because maybe a man is the producer of the tune, because you know, if you're a producer artist, you get double money, you know, it's a serious thing. Very interesting that the man even put the producer and thing, and they never have no rights to do it. And for those of you who want to, if you want to link with this liar in France, because this liar is representing enough ones pertaining to, not apart from what we just tell you about, but even the collection of this money now. The lawsuit against Trojan, which won't be a lawsuit really, because them decide so them are going to settle it. Them are going to settle it still. Them decide that. That is where we get the information that them decide so them going to settle it. So we want to continue with the artists then. The Headtones, the Metals, 2 times. The Ethiopians, Lee Perry, John Holt, and Bonnie Lee is the producer for that tune there. Bonnie Lee, the party. Desmond Decker, Max Romeo, Ras Michael and the Sons of Negos, Errol Dunkley, Upton Lewis, Sly Dunbar, Big Youth, Gregory Isaacs, Byron Lee, Bob Marley, the Gladiators, Harris Andy, Linton Kwesi Johnson, Capleton. Quite amazing how them fuse the music, because it's enough genre of the music, including on this 4-back CD, and enough genre of the music. And so you see them go from dub poetry, them go ska, them go reggae, rap steady, them go to the DJ genre, them have Capleton, Dan Carlos, Peter Tosh, Bob Marley again, Jacob Miller, the Wheelers, Yellow Man, Beanie Man, Shaggy. very interesting set a line up here where them take off. It's enough money shows that I forgot pay. Stuff money shows that I forgot pay for this media. Yeah, I bet you the majority of artists them white call don't know nothing about this compilation here. We could continue or reach. We say Capital already. Alright, Yellow Man, we see that already. Beanie Man, we see that already. Shaggy, yes. Admiral Bailey. Buju Banton, Shaka Demos, Jacob Miller, Israel Vibration, Culture. Why the man go with everybody, man, may I tell you. Rico. And some man don't know name Rico, you know, and them man they know, I think them man they Arab. They know who name Rico. Dan Carlos, Peter Tass, we call Bob Marley again. Go there. Wheelers again. Metals again. We got about 3 metals soon on it. Dennis Brown. Sly and Robbie again. Barry Brown. I will put them on the England, you know. Jackie Me too. Bonelli, the producer for Notre Dame Junior. Dennis Al Capone. Leroy Smart. As you talk about Leroy Smart, I have a message for Leroy Smart. Anyway, anybody who know where we can find Leroy Smart, just give me a call. We have a message, we have a letter for him. Leroy Smart, over there now. Ira, over there. Sugar Minot. Cimarron. Long time group, Cimarron. Augustus Pablo. Alton Ellis. Ziggy Marley. Third World. It's a whole heap of artists. Whole heap of artists. So if you hear your group or your name call, you can just give me a shout out. You have a feel there?
No. Me think say something what I seen at the stores yesterday because I see some CDs where Trojan just put out.
Yeah, them have a whole heap of CDs.
4 disc set.
Combination.
And a box set. 4 separate discs.
Yeah.
So them put out recently.
Well, it's time we put a stop to this because I'm going to tell you, me personally go to Europe and me go in a record shop. Just sometimes just look on CD because I'm a CD fanatic. And sometimes I see my name on some CD and I wonder if we are going. And me call my record company and say, oh, yo, what I do? He said, well, they've licensed it to a company who did well want it. And it's after the fact, you know.
Yeah.
After the fact, them decide them are going to deal with me, you know. So if me never go to Europe, me would know say that, you know. They'll tell you, you know, they record company to ramp it after. Because it is there 2 years before you go there, you know. And you just go in a record shop and you look through CDs. I say, what? Reggae compilation, where you look? Muta Baruka. You say, but wait. Ashana, can we give this record? How them put it on this CD?
You find some of the most diverse songs on compilation.
Yes.
Where you don't even find on an ordinary album them where the person will put
out. You know?
Yeah.
So it's very important that we start to collect Rasta because, watch a man, reggae out there, you know, Rasta. Reggae out there. To truthful, reggae out there, and it's just we. Praise without raise, not gonna work. You understand? Praise without raise, not gonna work. This is the Continent and IFA. This is Vegetarian Restaurant. Is having its grand opening this Sunday, October the 27th, and you know where that is, the Hope Gardens. So, vegetarian restaurant is enough vegetarian restaurant about the place, I know, you know. Enough vegetarian restaurant about the place, but Ashanti Oasis vegetarian restaurant in Hope Botanical Gardens, Tea House. This is Sunday, October the 27th, 2002, between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. And there will be guests there performing Ibu Cooper, Amina Blackwood Mix, and the guest speaker is Edda Little White. Refreshments and entertainment from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So you have to really be there. That is the Ashanti Oasis Vegetarian Restaurant. Alright, we're still upon the CD here, where we have to call the name of the artist. Them, as we say, Absolute Reggae. Now, if you have a lawyer in England, it's nice of you, you understand? But as we say, if you don't have a lawyer and you want to go through this lawyer where I represent a lot of the artists them that find themselves on this CD, you can just contact me and we give the name, phone number, email, everything where you want, and it is on the case trust me, him dep on the case. You know why I don't dep on the case? Because I talk to him, a man call him in France, and I tell him, say, watch out, just send me all that information about what we just talk about with Laing, plus the information say, about this CD here. And by the time I go down at the video, the internet booth, the man send the whole information, so no send no RAM. You understand? So as you say, if you want any information, you can give information. We want to tell you that Sting. Yes. We're talking to a next leg now. Look at leg, they know about the place, to the legs. And Sting leg, you know, leg say, this thing here is a different kind of Sting. You have, as a matter of fact, I can tell you where him say so now. Him talk about 10 giants. I wonder who the 10 giants. I hope it's not Goliath, because David killed Goliath, even in this matter of time, but it would appear that Sting is on the move here now. You know that Sting is always on the 26th of December. We don't have no artist name yet, but when we hear about the 10 giants, you know, we really have to figure out who's the 10 giants. So we want to tell the people about Sting there, the 10 giants. And it's going to be at Jam World, December the 26th as usual. Understand? So just follow the press and you will see, because the man them tell me say, Muta, them know say only permanent and them hear the name Sting, them cringe. But you see this thing here, it's going to be the biggest reggae show ever keep in Jamaica. Well, they say that, the biggest reggae show I keep in Jamaica. You know, the biggest reggae show I keep in Jamaica is Sting still, you know. I tell you, know, one night I got Sting, you know, Rasta, and I couldn't believe the amount of people were there, you know, in a job world, you know. I couldn't believe it, Rasta. I said, wait, oh, so much people went at this place, Rasta. You understand? But, yes, as I say, Sting, 26th of December, this year again, and watch out for it. This is the cutting edge on RFM. I love all the bandul of them in a Jamaica who bandul the cutting edge and send it to England, because you know, I don't have no other program in the world we get bandul and have so much influence on the youth them in England to the point where Muta could have gone to England and get an award. You understand? It's a serious thing. One would believe that you have a channel where you turn on your radio and you hear cutting edge from Jamaica, but they take them for nothing in England, and it has influenced the youth them in London so much that the black music, I have to say, the black music, the British Black Music Award, give an award, and the award was the contribution we make to the black youth them in England by way of the cutting edge. You understand? That's a serious thing that. So if your program from Jamaica have influence on the black youth them in England, you must know how much cassette you must know how much cassette that reach England for it be so big to the point where the British Black Music Award could really award us with an award for the contribution made to the black youth in England by way of the cutting edge. Serious thing. It's quarter minutes, so I say quarter to 1 o'clock. And we go through the music thing, but this is next week we want to come back on this collection of money for artists, you know. And we also know that some radio stations in Jamaica have paid money that artists supposed to collect. So we get a call say we must ask for one, how much money them collect from a radio station is given to artists. And them say the right person to talk to that is Golden, not Bruce Golden, you understand, but our Golden, our musician Golden, alright. So we want next week we want to come back with Tony Laing, and we want to talk to Steve Golden, and we want to talk to maybe the same lawyer out of France. The man can understand English too, you know, so when you talk to you, it kind of take a lot to talk to you, you understand? And we just want to see how best we can really get some of the money there in the hands of some of these artists and musicians and producers, you know. I mean, that's the least we can do as part of the fraternity too. So I'm not here just as a radio announcer, but I am also an artist who must have some little pittance in the air to collect. Okay, cut it there, RFM.